Hello, hello, hello. So today we're going to talk about what is the biggest lie we have been told about aging. And I know lots of you may have heard a lot of lies about aging. So here, that once you turn 60, life is over. I may have believed that back then, but now I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, there is a myth that says once you turn 60, it's all downhill. Okay? And sometimes we could see it in ourselves, or we could see it in our loved one. You know, once they get 60, they retired and everything, and nothing to do, or they choose not to do anything, and then you would see life just go downhill for them. But the truth is, you may have to do things differently now, but you can continue to grow, learn, travel, serve, and enjoy life. I am more healthier today than I was several years ago, you know, because I can see the picture of 60 plus of how it's supposed to be rather than back in the days, you know, when we were growing up. I could remember my parents, they were mainly, I come from a family of farmers. My granddaddy was a big farmer, okay? So we've had to help him harvest the crops, you know, and that was not one of my favorite things to do as a young person, okay? So I observed my parents being very active because they work in the field and to help, you know, keep us going. And that's what we know to do. But now we understand that that's all they knew how to do. But now today we know that hard work does pay off. But as we now are 60 plus, we know that we can take our time and do things that would help us live longer. Now, back then, some of the people, you know, they did live longer because of being very active. I can remember my grandmother, who lived to be 103, and we observed her walking, taking long walks through the neighborhood just to come to visit or help care for the loved one, you know, the family. And she looked real healthy and strong. So I can always picture her. And now that's a vision that I have now that I'm 60. I will picture my great grandmother as someone that I would look up to and want to continue life and maybe get to live into my 100th or at least 100. But anyway, the myth is that once you turn 60, it's all downhill. And that's it's not true. It's very much a myth. So as long as we can keep going, keep being active, keep learning, keep growing after 60, then we can live a longer and healthier life, okay? But if you listen to society, they will put you in that box, okay? Saying after 60, life is down the hill. You need to slow down after 60. Don't start nothing new after 60. You're too old to do XYZ. No, you're not. People have gone back to school to finish their dreams at 60 plus and have graduated and got their degree. And then they're still working and still moving. Their society says just accept the aches and the limitation. You know, people complain, oh, my back aches, my knees ache, I just can't get going. Someone will come along and say, well, you know, it's just old age. You know, you're 60, so you can't do this and you can't do that now. You have to look at it that way. But no, you don't. You can get up, get moving. But if you choose to stay there, then it will happen, okay? Some would say, you know, once you retire, retirement is the finish line. And a lot of people think that retirement is the finish line. But for me, it wasn't. And I could not accept it because I know that after I had worked all my life, working in the field, because like I said, I came from a farmer family, okay? Some days we had to stay out of school to go help our grandfather harvest the crops. And that just seems to really gets to me, you know. Even though I know that I needed to help the family out because that's how we as a family survived. Everyone had to chip in doing something and bring some funds in and put in the pot so that when school starts, everybody gets something new. So I had to do it because that's what I was told. I had no control of it at that time. But when I got into high school, I said, oh no, going into the field, I'm not making my money this way. So I decided back then, students could become a bus driver. So I decided that I was going to follow in my older brother and my middle brother footstep, and I was going to become a bus driver so that I can make my own money. And that's what I did. I became a bus driver. Then I could contribute to the pot also. And I can remember one day my mother told me, said, well, why don't you take a day off and go help them in the field because they need some help. And I said, oh no. I said, this is one time I can speak up and say no. I said, I'm bringing my money in and I'm contributing, but I'm not going in that field, okay? So I could not wait until I graduated and went off to college because that type of work was just not for me, even though it helped keep us going, helped keep our family going, but that just wasn't the life for me, okay? So I knew I had bigger dreams and I wanted to go off to do things and I wanted to serve others, but it wasn't in the farming area, okay? So now that I am 60 plus, I can do the things that I need to do now and doesn't stay there, don't just stay in one box, okay? I can get out of the box. It's my choice, and that's what I did. Okay, so there is another myth. You should slow down after retirement. Okay, the truth is, rest is important, but completely stopping can lead to losing strength, confidence, and independent. And I can tell you that, okay? I experienced that the first, say, 3 years of my retirement, early retirement, just stopping and just saying, okay, I've worked all hard all my life. Now I'm just going to sit here. But no, it didn't work for me because I was going downhill. I started getting sick. My knees got even stiffer. I couldn't move. When I get up out of bed in the morning, it was like stepping on pins and needles because my heel was just so tender and it was hurting. I was grabbing hold to my furniture just to make it to the bathroom. I said, oh God, this is not me. This is not me. I'm not going down like this. So I am a big person in holistic, and I would make my green drinks, and I would just, every herbs that I could think about to help me, I started using them. But I have always been into the holistic realm, aromatherapy and all that. But I'm just having, after 60 and retirement, I got more deeper into learning what herbs do I need to improve my body, okay? So I've been doing things like that because independent means so much to me that I couldn't go down that way, okay? Couldn't go down that route. So we have to learn that movement matters. Purpose gives you energy. If you have a purpose, that means you're going to get up and get going. And that's what I did, okay? Small, healthy habits adds up. So each day I'm doing something, small habits, some small habit that I consistently do, and it makes a big change in my life. Your mindset influences your action. You have to think, have a clear mindset of what you need to do. Because you're 60 plus, there is lots and lots and lots of things that we can do. We just been relieved from that hard working job of someone telling us each day what we need to do and what we can't do and how we have to be there at a certain time. We have to come to the meeting. Meetings are mandatory. We don't have to go through all of that anymore. We can go at our own pace. We can get on Zoom. We can go on the internet and find out information. We can go on YouTube University and learn different stuff. And that keeps our mindset going. We can go into meditation and be with God and get lots and lots of information that feeds our mind, our audio books and stuff that feeds our mind and keep us going, get our mindset going. You don't stop because you get older. You often get older because you stop moving and engaging with life. And I have noticed that. I have experienced that. Like I said, after the pandemic, we got shut down in the house. So that 2 weeks just changed everything. That means, okay, now what am I going to do? If I have to stay here in the house, then I can't get out. I can't go out into the community. I can't go out and do the work that I was doing to help people with their energy and get going. So we stopped moving. You know, I stopped moving, like I said, and I felt my body going downhill. So we got to keep moving. So let's see, there was another myth. It's too late to start over? Is it really too late to start over at 60, 60 plus? No. I have met people in my class when I was in college in their 50s, 60s, coming back into school to get their degree that they wanted or chose years and years ago. That it was their dream. And when I see people like that, I try to help them. I try to help them. Whatever notes I have, I would give it to them. Whatever, when we're in clinical, I'm trying to help them because I know what it's like to fill your dreams. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. So it's never, never, ever too late to start over. People start businesses. I've always had my business, but it wasn't going the way I wanted to. Now that I'm 60 plus, I can put more time into my business. I can work it at my own pace. I can learn new things at my own pace, and that's what I do now to get it going. Write books. I have started, I wrote a few books. I was on an online class with a great professor on Udemy, I think it was, after I retired. And he taught me a lot of things. He taught me how to write books. It's not perfect, but I was able to write it, and I have some books on Amazon. And that was so excited for me because I always wanted to be an author. So I got to do that at 60 plus. Travel. I traveled in my early days, but at 60 plus, I have not been able to travel around like I wanted to and like I planned to. But now that I am improving my health with being active and confident and staying balanced and just taking care of myself, doing lots and lots of self-care, I'm hoping to get back out there and start doing some traveling, go to places that I want to go back in my younger days. So my traveling is not knocked off the list yet. I will get to travel someday. Volunteer. I love volunteering. And the strangest thing is 60 plus taught me that I need to get out there and volunteer my service. I always volunteer at the, doing other things before I retired. But now I was able to go like to the community food bank and help volunteer there. And that gave me so much joy because the people that you serve, they were so appreciative. The people around you had all that energy for serving, giving back to the community, and I love it. And that's what I do now. I give back to the community. I'm out there serving the community, helping women 60 plus and older to stay balanced and confident and moving with the new technology tools that we have today that can help you get going and stay going. Learning new skills well into my 60s. People are out there. They learn new skills well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. And that's what life is all about. So starting over after retirement and building my self-wellness business is so much joy for me today. I really, really enjoy doing it. So you can always start over no matter what age you are. Starting over is no problem. Just got to get going. And my vision for healthy aging is I want to stay independent. I want to keep learning. I want to keep serving others. I want to enjoy nature, and that's what I'm doing now. I love going outside. I do my little exercise, my steps on the outside in nature, and that just fill my heart with joy. I want to get back to traveling. I want to keep encouraging women 60 plus that life isn't over. We can keep going and keep going until we decided we don't want to go anymore. I want to stay active as long as I can, and that was my mother saying, as long as I can get up and go and stay active, then I'm feeling well, and I'm going to stay active as long as I can. And she did it. She was 80, I think she turned 85, but like I was saying in a video before, when the pandemic hit, that just threw her for a loop because she could not get back out to be active anymore. And that really took her away from us. But I will always honor her, and I will always be so thankful to her that being active, being balanced, and getting out there and being among the community is life. It's living life, and giving to the community. It's living and living. So, what lies about aging have you believed? And what new belief are you choosing today? I would love to hear your comments. So please comment on my social media page, on my Facebook, my Instagram, and let me know what new belief are you choosing today. So I want you to stay healthy, stay active, stay confident, keep moving, keep learning, and follow me on my journey. It's day number 4, I think it is. Yes. Oh, no, day number 5. I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Stay safe over this holiday weekend.